And so like fiery red, sexual, basic, primal, will to survive chakra. Flows around and like maybe is represented and fed by one of the lower dimensions, maybe the fourth dimension or something. And just as like a fourth dimension would be expressed by a tetrahedron, one of the basic shapes, the actual chakra, when the energy comes through that higher dimension, flows through that chakra in that actual tetrahedral configuration. So if you look at drawings of like Hindu drawings of all the various chakras, and all the various chakras are represented by a different mandala, and then as you go higher up in the chakra, the mandala gets more and more complex. That's like looking at cymatic vibration, getting more and more complex with the higher vibration frequency of sound that passes through it. So like the energy vortexes on the sun, the more higher vibration are represented by the higher frequency of light. So that's why. So basically, you're not looking at flower petals. You're not looking at flower petals. This battery's going to run out soon. You're not looking at flower petals that are more and more, intricate flower petals. What you're looking at are different platonic solids that represent how the energy flows through. The spiral of the energy is coming in at a higher frequency spiral. So what the spiral is what connects the masculine angular representation of the energy coming in through it with the feminine curved connection points that connect all the vortexes. So the spiral comes through and touches the vortexes of where the points connect to the edge of the sphere and where the points connect to each other, and hits all those edges in kind of like the feminine representation of it. So that's how the spiral comes in through all these higher dimensional configurations. So it gets higher and higher and higher as you go up. And so basically you get into the pyramid, and you have you get into it and you sit at that area, and it will shoot all these different energies, not just the fourth and the fifth and the sixth, seventh, eighth dimensional energies, all get spiraled up and through there. And so because your chakras are your soul connecting to all the hyperdimensional, all the different dimensional levels of your soul as they represent connected to your body, are connected with all these different spirals, like cords of energy coming in and connecting you with a spiral. The energy's coming in through there from the bottom to the top, and it all like integrates all of that, and it opens it up, and it blows it open, and it aligns you, and it makes you, I guess, connect with all those different vibrations, dimensions. And so that's how they say it's like an area of initiation. You go in there and you get opened up, and then maybe, who knows what happens, maybe you start seeing your past lives, and you can see ghosts and all this kind of stuff. But I guess it can be dangerous too. You don't want to be in there more than like if you were to build a pyramid, you don't want to be hanging out in there more than a half hour at a time, because it could it could burn out your circuit. And I guess it could freak you out too, if you're like exposed to too much. But anyways, they put the pyramid in a certain area of the earth that at the time was it's the one part of the earth that has the most amount of land above it as below it, and also east of it as west of it. So literally it's in the center of the earth as far as landmass goes, which hyperdimensionally makes it so that the most amount of this energy can funnel up through the pyramid, because I guess energy revolves around landmass more than it does around water, the same way that heat revolves around an island more than it does around the ocean, and that's why you can see the clouds form above the island, That's what they said about the pyramids. And so they said they built it then, but they were living amongst us at that time, and so people knew that there were aliens, and so they considered them gods, and they were here to try to teach us about the law of one, which is monotheism, which is there's one God for everybody, we're all related, we're all interconnected. And so Thich Nhat Hanh lived at the point of kind of like their, maybe it was the 18th dynasty, the point of their, that's when the pyramids were built, the point, the monotheism, the point of golden age religiously of the Egyptians. But then he died and they became polytheistic again, where they all believed in their separate gods.